We'll see if this one has the energy it requires to get back to the pins and strike. My guess is it'll be just fine. I can't make this up. That's twice. What's up, guys? Brunsnick's back. It's time to introduce the Radical Torpedo. Now, the Torpedo has a brand new asymmetrical core design wrapped with HK22 Cohesion Plus Pearl. Can't wait to see what this one does on the lanes for me with SPECTO running, of course. But before we get to all that, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Now, let's see what this new Torpedo does out on the lanes. All right, let's talk about this new Torpedo. A lot of it's going to be centered around that brand new core, the Torpedo asymmetric core. Let's take a look at the numbers. RG 2.482, differential 054 with an intermediate of 017. Seems pretty normal, right? But if you look at the drill sheet that comes in every box, because Radical is the only one that does it for now, you'll see that the differentials explode with certain layouts. Differential can go all the way up to 068, I believe. Intermediate can double to 034. I'm pretty sure that's what these numbers are in this one here. So HK22 Cohesion Plus Pearl seems to be the same cover as the snapshot, but I don't know if Phil maybe added a little bit plus to make this a little bit more aggressive. I don't know. But we're bowling on Crown Jewel, my favorite house shot. Big oil in the middle, not a lot to the outside, 43 feet. Good ratio there for me. So let's try it out. I got SPECTO running. We're going to move it in and see what this Torpedo can do. You guys saw what the Torpedo Direct Hit did not do, which was not really hook a whole lot because it is a very unique ball. This one, very different. I was aggressive with that one out of the gate, not gonna lie. See, I get to test Radical balls on ThrowBot, you know, weeks in advance. So these are the only balls I really have an idea of what they do because I've seen them on ThrowBot. I've seen them for different types of bowlers. So I get kind of a cheat sheet. I know what to expect. So I know how aggressive this one is compared to the Direct Hit. And on its own, this is going to be a very strong Pearl bowling ball. I don't know if it's going to be the most skid flip because we talked about those numbers. They go up quite a bit. But this is going to be a very aggressive ball. Aggressive in all the good ways. Ooh, yeah, saw that thing hooking. Yeah, my alarm bells went off. Kind of right after the arrows, I saw that thing start to dig in. It's saying, what are you doing out here? You don't belong in this zone with this ball. Come on, move it left, but that's not what we do. These reviews are all about to find the strengths and weaknesses of these bowling balls. Am I going to love every ball? Not necessarily. But am I going to try to make each one work as best as I can from different zones? Yeah. And I'm going to find out pretty quick which ones do and which ones don't. That's what I do on my channel, and I back it up with SPECTO data. Let's try one more shot in there. Don't know why, but for the science, I guess. It's harder, a lot harder. That's like suitcasing it, throwing it 100. Did I just break a land speed record on SPECTO there? Probably. Yeah, that's not my favorite zone, not gonna lie. I feel like I'd have to just throw it as hard as I can and hopefully that the ball carries. That's all I can hope for, playing a zone like that with a ball like that. All right, a little ball return. Got my ball back. So let's move 5. We'll be in a 20 now. I still think I need to be aggressive, but not as like straight up huck and chuck as I was on the last shot. That thing just carved through the rack. Yeah, it's hard to classify exactly what this ball is yet. I mean, I don't think it's really a big skid flip ball. This thing just rolls heavy. That's all I can do. You know, when you blow up those differential numbers, when you get that intermediate so high over 030 after drilling, the ball becomes a maniac. That's what it becomes. Let's try it again. So is the hook window becoming so short, or does it pass like a threshold and then it just becomes an aggression monster? Oh, 2 pins couldn't do their job. As Phil always tells me on the podcast, which you can watch every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern, Nick, you had 1 job. 1 job. Nah, well. Let's throw 1 more shot in there, yeah? First shot crunchy, second shot a little lazy. Oh, that's the cure for laziness. Ah, yes. Just chuck it to the dry. That'll get it done. All right, first 2 zones with the Torpedo. I don't think I'm in the right zone yet. This is a ball I think I need to open up my angles, get around the pattern a little bit more. This is a ball you use when your dull, high friction bowling balls to start with are becoming a little lazy and you want something that has more pop on the back. That's what you do. All right, moving 5, I'm doing 25 now with the Torpedo. It's in the oil. Come on, yes! You don't have to hit them all hard because it's still a line drive in the box score. All right, I got that one in. So I think I can probably open my angles up a little bit more, play with a little more friction because it is plenty clean in the oil, that compound finish. That's what they expect. All right, more swing, and I should have no problem getting it through the pins. Like that. Oh, another trip 4 pin. Yeah, trip 4 pins, that's when I get really excited. The messenger on the 10, which pretty much never happens for me. But when I trip 4s, I know that the ball is doing a special amount of work. It's hitting that pocket, it's coming in more than high flush, and it's getting that kick off the side. A lot of good things need to happen for that to happen right. So I'm gonna move another 5, chasing it in, gonna be on 30 now. That was cool. I was hoping high flush, but I got trip 4. I wonder if I get trip 4 again this video. We'll see. That's hooking. Oh, come on. It wanted to. It really wanted to trip that 4. Now we're starting to get a better idea of the shape of this ball because the cover stock's aggressive. The core is super aggressive. Now we're starting to see it quick off that spot. I think that's what we're seeing. Sharp change of direction and a little bit more rolly forward off the spot. I don't think it's going crazy like sweeping motion. It's just doing everything it needs to do really quick, changing direction really hard. Let's try it again. Even wider. That thing just never stops hooking. Never stops hooking. All right, got that out wider, hooked even more. I got a strike from this zone, almost tripped 4, went through the face. What's the answer? What would you guys do? Or just change zones? I guess there's a couple different things you could do. I'm gonna go for getting my eyes in a little bit. That's gonna be my move. Speed and everything feels good. I just gotta delay it from getting to the dry till later. That's it. It's not a big change. And it doesn't have to be a big change. You get your eyes just a little bit in, maybe a little more firm. I don't know, SPECTO will tell me. But that's all it takes between going high and not going high, is just changing the breakpoint distance on the lane a little bit further down there. You can hit the same board at the breakpoint or a little bit in, probably. And you can see a massive difference with how the ball delays its hook and gets through the pins. Let's move to the last zone. Going into 35 now. Let's see if this one has the energy it requires to get back to the pins and strike. My guess is it'll be just fine. I can't make this up. That's twice. Same hit. I can't believe it. Normally, those things just wiggle and they never fall down for me. But twice in one video? Is this like the bowling gods making up for 8 pins in my past? 8 pin says, nah, we're taking a break. We're gonna give you a little bit of leeway. We'll give you some hits on the 10. And I don't carry messengers very often. So I'll take something like that where it's almost a wrap 10. All right, let's throw one more. Let's get it back through flush. That's it, that's flush. That thing just rips the rack. Carves right through it like the pins aren't even there. I'm gonna stay in the same zone for the last shot. I think this ball has plenty of motor, plenty of core, and it's become more fun as I move further in. Out wide, straight, for me, not good, but if you're speed dominant, lower rev, you want something that pops on the back, take a look at the Torpedo. For me, I'm gonna get in and hook it because this ball wants to do it for me. I wanna duplicate that last shot. That's all I wanna do. Yep. All right. We'll end on that note. I can't get the wiggler, trip 10, 3 times. That'd be asking way too much. I'm happy with this. I learned a lot from this ball. I've had a little bit of information from Throwbot, like I said, but throwing it for myself, big difference. And I definitely saw the strength as I move further in with this ball. And I think you will too. So hope you learned a little something about the Radical Torpedo. Please check out the merch, check out our podcast. Please subscribe. Talk to you guys on another video.